Hello everyone, I am Deepak Kumar from Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, India, and I am here to present our work that is integrating physiological signals with dynamic attention networks for personality traits analysis. Authors are Deepak Kumar, Pradeep Singh, Richa, Kishore Babu, and Balasubramanian Raman. So, uh, this is the outline of our work. First is introduction, background and related work, methodology, experiments and result discussion, and finally conclusion. Our aim of this work is to understand the underlying factors that define human behavior and characteristics. So this paper introduces a novel deep learning architecture that designed to predict the personality traits, also known as ocean traits. Ocean traits are like openness, consciousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Personality traits or ocean model represents first is openness, that is curious versus cautious, consciousness, that is organized versus careless, extraversion, that is energetic versus reserved, agreeableness, that is compassionate versus dispassionate, and finally, it is neuroticism, that is nervous versus confidence. We have used physiological signals to predict the personality traits. We have used three kind of physiological signals, that is electroencephalogram signals, that is EEG, electrocardiogram signals, that is ECG, and galvanic response signals, that is GSR. EEG signal stand for encephalography, or a non-invasive techniques used to record the electrical activities in the brain. So it measures voltage fluctuations and resulting from ionic current flows within the neurons of the brain. So EEG can provide insights into various brain states and cognitive processes such as attention, arousal, meditation, sleep status, and personality traits. So different patterns of EEG activities are associated with different mental states and behaviors, and that can be extended up to the personality trait prediction. Next is EEG signal. So EEG signal stands for electrocardiography. That is a technique used to record the electrical activities of the heart rate over time. So it provides valuable information about the heart's rhythm, rate, and conduction systems. Next is GSR signal. So we have used third type of signal, which is GSR signal. So GSR signal stand for the galvanic response, also known as electrodermal activity or skin conductance response. So it measures the change in the electrical properties of the skin in response to a particular emotion or physiological arousal. GSR is also primarily influenced by the activity of the autonomic nervous system, and specifically that sympathetic branch. So GSR is typically measured using electrodes placed on the skin's surface, usually on the fingers or palm. So these are the diagram of a particular signal. That's first one is for EEG signal, second one is for ECG signal, and third one is for GSR signal. So our problem is like our task is to develop a system that process information or input from three type of physiological signals, that is EEG, ECG, and GSR, and find out the presence of a particular traits, that is that can be openness, consciousness, extraversion, agreeableness, or neuroticism. So objective is to classify multiple emotional states from this sensor data. So each observation is tagged with several binary labels, and each corresponds to a different emotional states. So each label is each signal has five kind of labels, that is ocean, consciousness, extraversion, agreeableness, or neuroticism. The goal is to build a separate classifier for each emotional state, and that can be accurately determine the presence or absence of that particular personality trait. So we have utilized two data sets in our study. First is Amigo data set, second one is a certain data set. So these are the details of the data sets which we have used in our study. The emotional videos that are used as a stimuli in the particular emotional data in Amigo data set, there were 16 videos clips. In a certain data set, there were 36 video clips. Coming to the duration, for Amigos dataset, there were 51 to 150 seconds, and for a certain dataset, 51 to 127 seconds. So in terms of participations, so there were 40 participants in Amigos datasets and 58 participants in the certain datasets, and the rest are the other details of the datasets. So in terms of availability, these two data sets are publicly available, and researchers can use these two data sets for further research. So our methodology includes convolution layers. So our methodology includes convolution layers and sophisticated attention mechanism. And these attention mechanisms are tailored to process and extract meaningful in patterns from the physiological data effectively. The model incorporates convolution layers, and it is augmented with specifically engineered attention modules that maliciously process EEG, ECG, or GSR signals. So by integrating a novel blend of component-wise attention alongside gating mechanism, the model significantly enhances the feature selection and representation. So this is the architecture diagram of our proposed approach. So let's say we have an input. Input has EEG signal, ECG signal, and GSR signal for a particular sample. So that each individual signal has to be passed with the conv 1D layers, and after passing it to the conv 1D layer, that has to be passed for the component-wise attention block, that is EEG attention block, ECG attention block, GSR attention blocks. Also, by concatenating the outputs of individual branch convolution 1D layer, we have concatenated the outputs for EEG signal, ECG signal, and GSR signal. And these concatenated output has been passed to the temporal attention blocks. So this temporal attention block is particularly used to give the attention to a particular to give the attention to a particular section of the signal, and also this concatenated output has been passed to the gating mechanism, and this gating the purpose of this gating mechanism is to control the flow of information. After this, we have done the Hadamard product, and this Hadamard product is component like element-wise multiplication of the outputs coming from individual attention blocks. And then after doing the outer product and finally Hadamard product, that particular feature vector goes to the linear block, which has dense layers and finally output layer. So these are the results for our approach. So this table represents the results for Amigos dataset, and as we can see, our approach has surpasses the results from the baseline as well as SOTA results. So as we can see, our proposed approach is performing better. This is the table where for a certain data set, and again for a certain data set as well, our proposed approach is surpassing the SOTA methods as well as baseline methods. So we have created a baseline where we have used the LSTM and by LSTM layers for making the baseline results. These are the results where we have done the evaluation studies for this is the table for Amigos dataset. So a bar over a signal, a bar over a particular symbol is representing the inactivity of that particular signal, and here alpha, beta, and gamma denoting the presence of a EEG, ECG, or GSR signal, and this delta and gamma, are representing the branch, particular branch, that is that gating mechanism or attention mechanism. And as we can see, we have and this K is representing the kernel size, and phi is representing the denoting the number of kernels, and this also representing this 8 is the best size of the particular experiment. So as we can see, we have explored different kernel size and filter number of filters and the best size. And this is the table for a certain data set. Again, here also we have used the same approach as we have used for ambiguous data set. Here also we have taken the combinations of EEG, ECG, and GSR signals, as well as inactivity and activeness and inactiveness of particular gating mechanism and attention mechanism. And so we have validated our approach. We have validated our approach with two diverse data sets, and is giving better results as compared to the SOTA. And also, as we can analyze from our results, EEG signals are contributing more as compared to other two types of signals, that is ECG and GSR in our approach. So by systematically deactivating certain branches, that is spectral, temporal, and gating mechanism, and also signals EEG, ECG, and GSR, we gained a deeper understanding of their individuals and collective contributions to the model's accuracy. So additionally, we have done the variations of the kernel size and batch size that are providing further insights into the model sensitivity to these parameters. We presented a groundbreaking approach in domains of personality, psychology, and utilizing deep learning techniques to analyze physiological signals. So our proposed approach has potential to implement in real-time scenarios for signal processing, speech processing, or any kind of time series data. So it is opens up new possibilities for understanding the complex interplay between physiological responses and personality traits. So these are the references that we have used in our study. So thank you so much for listening.